So today we're speaking about World Sight Day, and with me I have David Sandy McLeod, Vice Chairperson of the Tobago Affairs Committee, and Hammer Otley, Blind Welfare Association and Tobago Affairs Committee, PRO. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How is Tobago this morning?
Beautiful.
We have a little bit of a rainy morning in Trinidad, but yes, we have a bit of a rainy morning in Trinidad, but we do hope that things are going very well in Tobago. So
we had a little rain in Belgarden also.
Oh, a little rain there as well?
Yeah.
That'll probably pass soon though. So we are talking about World Sight Day, and you know, there's a lot of us who do have sight, we take it for granted sometimes and we don't think about or realize the challenges that may be posed to those who are sight impaired. So firstly, well, World Sight Day was recently observed. When was it observed exactly?
Thursday.
Last Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday the 11th. And what does the Tobago Affairs Committee and the Blind Welfare Association do to commemorate this observance?
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and a special good morning to Tobago, and a special morning to all the blind and impaired and disabled people in Tobago. What does Tobago Blind Welfare Branch Committee does? We seek the interests of the blind people, of the impaired people, to motivate, to empower, to help them, to get the help they need, the assistance they need, so that they could live a comfortable life, a happy life. I am also blind. 17 years now I am blind, but I overcome it. It does not affect me anymore. I does all kind of things.
How did you manage to overcome being sight impaired? What are some of the things you employed to overcome and to live with it?
One of the way that I overcome this, sitting down and looking at everything my family, my wife have to do for me, and I find that was putting too much pressure on her. So I decide, one day I sit in my gallery, and I have to say the Lord came and speak to me. And he tell me, get up and walk out of that. And from that day, I get up and walk out of that. I came from Zion Hill this morning, traveling on my own to arrive at the studio here that I could do this interview. Now, World Sighted Day, to have your sight is very good. But if you happen to lose your sight or be impaired at any time, never feel that the world come to an end. Always have in your mind, I am entering a new beginning, a new turnaround. It's all about me, and I have to live up so that who around me will support me, will help me, and that I will do the best to encourage, to motivate others, because I am here to motivate and to empower the family of the blind, because a lot of family is trying to keep the blind family away, and we want to break that stigma. We want every blind person must have the opportunity that they could come out, go here, go there, go in the grocery, do everything as the normal person. What you cannot do, we accept that.
And David, what did the Blind Welfare Association and the Tobago Affairs Committee do to commemorate World Sight Day itself on the day?
Well, I just come in here saying that Mr. Stanley is a very living example of how you could cope with blindness. So we would celebrate World Sight Day on Thursday, the 18th, by bringing blind and visually impaired people into the. First, we would have an interfaith service in the auditorium, asking God's blessing on what we would be doing. Secondly, we would be able to move the blind and visually impaired into the visual room where there are many equipment so that they could become familiar with technology, JAWS, and these different things that could make them feel comfortable and be aware of a situation that they could gather information.
All right.
So that's how we celebrate World Sight Day on Thursday, and it's at the library, the auditorium. It begins at 9 o'clock.
Which library?
It's an hour-long feet in the service situation, and then we'd move over to the auditorium for a view so that everybody could understand the amount of facilities that are available to the blind and visually impaired.
Okay, well, that is fantastic, and it's really uplifting to know that there's this body to support those who are visually impaired. And we thank you for sharing with us this morning and the information you have given, and we do hope that the attendance is very well. We wish you the very best. So thank you. That was David Sandy McLeod, Vice Chairperson of Tobago Affairs Committee, and Hammer Otley, PRO for the Blind Welfare Association and also the Tobago Affairs Committee. Thank you, gentlemen.